Hi everyone, I'm going to do a video book review of the book called A Different Blue, and it is by Amy Harmon. I first came across this book, I think it was 2-3 months ago on Goodreads. I just so happened to be browsing through books and the cover really piqued my interest. It's a beautiful cover, and then, you know, the product description really sucked me in, and I knew like I had to read this book. And I want to go ahead and just read the little blurb that I read that caught my eye and what really sold me on the book. I want to read it to you really quick. It says, this is the story of a nobody who becomes a somebody. It is the story of an unlikely friendship where hope fosters healing and redemption becomes love. And I just thought that sounded so incredible, and I was like, I have to read this. And boy, am I glad I did, because this just so happens to be my favorite book of 2013. I had never read an Amy Harmon book before. I've never actually heard of her before this book. And as I read this book, I just kept thinking, like, who is this woman? Where did she come from? Because it is so well written. It's beautiful. And I loved it. I love the book. Normally when you do a book review, you actually have the book and you can like show everyone the book cover. I don't have the paperback just yet. It's in the mail. So just take my word for it. Go and look it up. A Different Blue by Amy Harmon. So anyway, I want to start with the synopsis of the book. The two main characters are Blue Echo Hawk and her teacher, Wilson. Now, before you freak out and say, oh Lord, it's a teacher-student relationship, it's not what you think. It's not, their relationship does become more than just friendship, but it starts off platonic. And, you know, and Blue is legal anyway, of age. She's 19 whenever they start their friendship. So it's not, you know, it's not a bad thing. So don't let that deter you from this book. So anyway, so Blue Echo Hawk is 19 throughout the whole story, but in the beginning we learn that her mother basically gives her to a drifter. She leaves Blue in this guy's pickup truck and entrusts this man with her daughter, her 2-year-old daughter. And this man, we learn his name is Jimmy, and Blue refers to him as Jimmy throughout the book. But Blue is not certain of her age. She doesn't know her birth date. She does not know her true identity, and that's the struggle throughout the entire book. It's Blue finding herself. Wilson becomes her lit teacher when she's 19. She's a senior in high school because she kind of starts school late. But we're introduced to him fairly quickly into the book, and he is her lit teacher. And he takes a special liking into Blue, probably because she is the problem student. She's difficult, and but at the same time she's beautiful, and she's witty and sarcastic and funny, but she's also extremely insecure, and Wilson sees right through the wall that she has up. And he uses the teachings in his class to help encourage Blue to find herself and to look deep within herself, and not to put that wall up and push people away. You know, he tries to tell her, you don't have to be alone. You know, I'm here for you. We'll help you, you know, find yourself, your true identity. And he becomes the true book hero. He helps Blue in so many ways, and he puts up with so much with her. It's beautiful, really, and that's kind of how their friendship starts out. It's just that he just wants to help her. So yeah, I really loved that whole, you know, synopsis. I loved where the book was going. In the beginning of the book, it's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of history. We learn a lot about, you know, the Indian history, and I won't tell you any more than that. You just have to read the book to understand what I just said. But it's very layered. The book has lots of layers to it, which is awesome, because as a reader we want to feel connected to the characters, and I felt that this really helped me understand who Blue was, where she came from, her history, her background, and why she really truly felt so lost. And so I really appreciated Amy, you know, giving us so much backstory. I know a lot of people don't care for that. Some people don't care for that. They just want to immediately get to the goods. But let me just tell you, to get to the goods, you gotta have the backstory. It's worth the reading, the extra reading, the wait. It gets really good towards, you know, the middle. It's like takes off. Anyway, and so Wilson's character is he's laid back. He's, you know, calm, collected. He's also British, so ladies, he's British. He has an accent. But anyway, he, like I said, takes a special liking to Blue, and he pretty much does any and everything in his power to get Blue to open up and to help her. And he, you know, he takes her under his wing and he mentors her. And I appreciate Wilson for that. So as the book goes on, we start to learn more about Blue and her background, the true identity of her background. She begins to learn about herself, where she came from, who her mother was, and why her mother did what she did. There's even something that happens in the middle of the book. It's huge, and it's a huge part of the story, and I can't tell you what it is, but it is so emotional, and it brings her and Wilson closer together to like a whole nother level. There's no sex in this book. There's no smut. It's not, you know, a dirty, gritty, nasty, filthy, you know, go get 'em, you know, beefcake type of book. But at the same time, it's like better than all of that, because the way that they come together and the emotional connection that these two have, it's undescribable, and I've never read a book quite like this before, and it's very different. And you know, that's a selling point. I love that part about this book. So yeah, I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Would have given it more if I could, but Goodreads only gives me 5 stars. So we're gonna go with 5 stars. Anyway, so yeah, loved the book. Everyone should read it. I loved the history lessons within it. If you are a history buff, you will love this book. It's got history, it's got romance, it's got life lessons. You know, I mean, it's just everything wrapped up into one pretty little package. And Amy Harmon does an amazing job with this book. It is a standalone. There will be no sequel. I actually just talked to her the other day and told her I was going to make this video, and I wanted to give her readers something to look forward to. This is a standalone novel. There's no epilogue, but it does in a good place. It's a happy ending. And she's currently working on a project. I'm gonna look up really quick for you what she said. She is working on a new adult book called Making Faces, and it's due out in the fall, so look for that. I'm very interested to read more by her. Like I said, she left an impression on me. She will be one of my favorite authors forever, and this will be one of my favorite books forever. And I recommend this book to everyone, especially if you are more like the history romance buff with some new age and contemporary in there. It's just got a little bit of everything, but I promise you will love this book. So go out and get it. Show Amy Harmon some love. She's the sweetest person, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. So go get your copy. Also, please check out my partner and I's blog. It's www.jeneesbookblog.com. That's JENEES bookblog.com. We'll actually be doing an autographed copy giveaway of A Different Blue really soon. So go check us out, and maybe you can win a copy of the book signed. Thanks. Bye.